We often hear you can't always control what's on the outside, but you can always control what's on the inside. But actually, the reality is different. Hi everyone, this is Zoe from Beyond Astrology, and today we're gonna talk about how astrology proves that free will is just an illusion. First, to be sure that we all talk about the same thing, we need to define what is free will. So I just took the best definition I could find about free will, which is free will is the ability to have acted differently. It simply means that if we would have the technology to come back to the past, it will be totally in the realms of possibilities that you could have made another choice. Okay, first, I think we all agree that we don't have the control on most of the things around us. The weather, falling sick, other people's attitude, opinion, their action, the accident we can get in our life, and most of the events are actually not in our control. And astrology shows it. Look at the planetary transit, for example. Like, if you're familiar with astrology, you can almost always see that it was already written in the stars. You could just see it on the planetary transits. If it all written in the stars, it means simply that it was already planned that this thing would happen. Okay, you will still tell me, but we still can control what's on the inside. And I will simply reply you that not really. The reality is different again. But why? We think we have free will because we can make choices. But our choices aren't actually choices because they are based on our desire. And we can't control our desire. We can't choose what we want to do or what we don't want to do. And let's take an example. You have in front of you an apple and an orange, and you need to decide which one you want to eat. So you simply choose the one you prefer. For example, the apple. It can be the orange also. But this choice is based on what you prefer. And you can't decide if you prefer the apple or the orange. It's just inside you, it's your taste, and you just simply can't explain it. So like you probably know it, everyone's taste and preference are different and are completely subjective. Okay, let's come back to our example. Maybe you have decided to choose the orange to go against the one you prefer to gain back your free will. But again, you don't decide to prefer to choose the one you like the least. Again, your decision is based on your desire to go against the one you prefer to gain back your free will. And you don't choose to have this desire inside you, you simply want to do it because you feel like you gain back your free will. But in both cases, it's actually not a choice. It's based on a deep desire inside you which you don't control. In astrology, we can clearly see this. For example, our Venus placement explains some things about our taste, what we find attractive, what we find beautiful. Our moon sign can give us some information about what we like to eat, what kind of self-care we like, what makes us feel comfortable. Our Mars sign can explain what kind of sport we might like, how we like to move, etc. So we can clearly see that the planets influence us in all the areas of life and kind of decide our taste and those things that are subjective inside us. But this can be explained by many things, and it's why astrology is not incompatible with science. Scientists say that around 95% of our brain activity is unconscious. This includes our habit, our creativity, our long-term memory, our beliefs, our personality, and way more. So basically, the big majority of our choices are based on unconscious urges. But even if we make a conscious choice, like let's say, I try to be mindful of what I want to do, I try to be conscious and consciously choose something, it's still not free will. Because again, this choice will be based on our preferences and on our desire, which we don't decide. So by understanding our birth chart, we can make a lot of unconscious things become conscious. This is very nice. We can learn a lot of things about ourselves and be more conscious of our action. But like I said before, this won't give us more free will. There's a very interesting experiment that has been made called the Libet experiment. You can search about it on YouTube, but basically, if I summarize the experiment, it's about measuring the time someone becomes consciously aware to take a decision to move. So according to this experiment, our brain unconsciously choose our decision before we are consciously aware to take it. And any action we take will be caused by a prior neural activity. So many scientists know that we don't have free will, but why is it not more famous? It's simply because we will need to redo the whole law system, the justice system, and that it will be too complicated, so I think they just don't talk more about it. To come back about astrology, you'll probably tell me that there is few manifestation of a same placement and that therefore not everything is written in the stars. So my thinking about this is that we simply don't use accurate enough astrology techniques. Like for example, if you look, there is way more accurate techniques in Vedic astrology than in tropical astrology. There's technique like zodiacal releasing or length of life technique that are very accurate. I'm also thinking that astrology techniques are gonna evolve since we discover more and more ancient texts and translate them. So maybe we're gonna discover new astrology techniques that are more and more accurate. And also, as science evolve, I think we'll be able to explain things that we currently can't explain. So it's just a matter of time. So in conclusion, free will is an illusion we have by making choices. And it can make us feel good, feel like we have a certain control over things. We can always choose to do what we want to do, but we can't control what we want to do. Here is the end of the video. I hope you like it. This is my first video, so I'm still not experienced enough yet, but I will improve as I make more videos. And I put you the link of some interesting videos about free will in the description so you can check below. And see you next time for another video.